So last night I was up pretty late working on my first YouTube video of the Endure Through Christ YouTube channel, which is a channel I want to use to not only inspire people, to show them what they're capable of, no matter the excuses, but to spread God's word as well, and to show people that through Christ they can endure anything life throws at them, spiritually, mentally, physically, or all three at the same time. God, when you go through God, you can handle anything. You can endure so much more. That's the whole goal of the channel. I was trying to think of the theme for the first video, kind of to set the tone for what this series will be about, as I'm chasing a 3-hour marathon here in November. And it kind of hit me. I have this right here. I call it the Pyramid of Success. If you followed along at all, you know that Romans 5:3-5 is something that I believe wholeheartedly, and that is suffering leads to perseverance. Perseverance leads to building of character. Character leads to hope, and hope can only be found in Christ. And so the base of that is suffering. And I started thinking, is that right? Is suffering really the base of success? And at first I didn't think so, and then I thought on a big picture. What is the greatest thing to ever happen to mankind? That was God come down in human form as Jesus, suffer more than anyone has ever suffered, just to open the kingdom of heaven, which is the greatest thing that's ever happened to mankind. The kingdom of heaven being opened. And that was built on suffering, more suffering than any of us could ever imagine. And so suffering is the base of all success, whether that's physically, whether that's spiritually or mentally, or any goal you have in life. Suffering is going to be involved, and the more suffering you get through, the more suffering you endure through Christ, the more likely you are to be successful. So whatever you're passionate about, that motivation will eventually bleed away. The discipline is what gets you through that suffering, and that discipline, getting through the suffering, is what's going to lead to success and achieving the goals and dreams God put on your heart.
Good morning. It's Monday. It's a beautiful thing about Monday. It's a fresh start. It's also kind of the annoying thing. My Strava said 47 miles, and I went to bed. Now it says 0. It just means we have more time to work. Today we are going to go hit a back workout involving some heavy deadlifts, some rows, pull-ups, lots of pull-ups, lots of stretching, and then we're going to do a hill workout. And then later tonight, once it cools down, we're going to go on get some easy mileage outside. Kind of been abusing the treadmill last week or so, but my knee was hurting a little bit, and so treadmill's a little easier on the joints. And as I said, it's 90 degrees outside. My marathon is in November in Indiana, and will not be 90 degrees. So, but we're gonna do our hill workout inside on the treadmill today after we hit a back workout. So yeah, let's go get after it, and let's have a great start to the week. Only a couple more weeks before I go back to work, and so I'm gonna take advantage as much training as possible. That way we don't have to worry about playing catch up once school and soccer season starts. So yeah, let's get some caffeine in us and let's hit up the gym. And right here you see I'm doing deadlifts. Not going too heavy. I'm going to stick around this weight and just work on rep range 5 to 8, and then we go into explosive barbell rows. Really just working on that explosiveness, trying to become more athletic and also get stronger in my upper body, which will help with swimming. Here, the ceiling's very low. My head doesn't go all the way up, and my grip strength is gone. More grip strength. I did farmer carries, superset these with the pull-ups, and you can tell I'm holding on to these 70-pound dumbbells for life. Yeah, grip strength, I've realized, is just a lot of mental strength as well, so I love it. We just finished a brutal workout. It was a back day, and we did some abs, of course. My grip strength was really tested. We did some deadlifts, explosive barbell pulls, and then we did pull-ups with some farmer carries, and then we did pull-downs. We did some hanging leg raises. Grip strength was destroyed. It was actually so really hurts. I like those types of workouts though because I feel like grip strength is just a lot of mental fortitude, a lot of it's building those calluses on the mind, making me stronger, as David Goggins would say, those calluses on the mind. After that, we did a brutal hill repeat workout. It was 2-mile warm up, 30 seconds at a 10 incline at over 9 miles an hour, so over race pace, and then 90 seconds at 8 miles an hour, no incline. And we did that, so 2-minute sets. We did 10 of those, and then we did a cool down, a little bit of a cool down. We stretched. It was brutal. The whole workout, the lift was brutal. The run was even more brutal. I thought about not doing all 10. I was like, maybe I can just do 6. And I was like, got the 6. Like, no, you got to do 8. And then I was like, well, it's 2 more. It's not that bad. But now it's time to refuel. 4 eggs, some watermelon, yogurt, electrolytes, and a 0 sugar soda. About to eat, refuel, watch some YouTube, and then get on with the rest of the day. That's Monday's training. We might get some easy miles in. I'm not going to record that. And we'll, of course, do our 100 push-ups, 200 crunches before bed. Yeah. Can't wait to attack tomorrow. It'll be Tuesday. So let's work hard and let's get some miles in tomorrow as well. So we just finished our 13, our first half marathon since race day. Holy cow, it's hot. Yeah. That's nasty. I think it was, hold up, 150 on the dot. Literally, it was 58. So pretty good. Watch now says 3-hour marathon prediction. So we're getting there. Peep the new shades. Got a pair of Oakleys. They're fire. Go do something hard today. So I'm kind of talking about why I'm doing this, why endure through Christ, why run a marathon, why train for an Ironman. It all started when I was a kid. Grew up
Never met my biological father till I was 20, the week before my 23rd birthday. Single mom. My stepfather struggled with addiction, spent 5 years in prison. So the first 5 years my brother was born, it was just my mom, brother, and I. We had our weekly phone calls with him, visit every couple months with him. But it was hard. None of those factors were my choice. You know, I didn't come out the womb wanting a dad to abandon my family. I didn't get to the age of 7 and even really understand what addiction was. My stepfather, who I considered to be my dad, he overcame that addiction. He's a great man. He's the man God knew my family needed. And now I have 2 other little siblings since he's been out of prison, which is super cool. He's turned his whole life around. And my mom is a saint, the most patient person I've ever met. Although I would never trade my childhood. I'd never trade the family I have. I love them. It was difficult at times, and I knew that I was never going to let life tell me what's difficult. I was never going to let life make the outcomes and just the things you can control make my life hard. I knew if I was going to make my life hard, it was going to be my choice, my doing. And it's kind of why I've gone into endurance sports. Today I ran a half marathon in 85-degree heat, 80% humidity. I did it with an hour 50 with a relatively low effort. But it was by myself, no music, just me and my thoughts, and that's kind of why I wanted to record this right now. I'm doing this to show people that you don't have to let life beat you down. You can strengthen yourself up. Yes, that does involve putting yourself in situations that are hard, beating yourself down even a little, not mentally. But you challenge yourself. You build these obstacles in your own life. That way when you overcome them, you're stronger and you're ready for all the crap that life gives you. I'm doing this because I choose to. I choose to be the one to make my life challenging. I will not let the devil, I will not let the things I can't control make life hard for me. That is not at all what I plan to do. And so, this week's video, that's the moral of it. Be the one that challenges yourself. Be the one that makes your life hard. Be the one that chooses to suffer. Chooses when you suffer, how you suffer. If I choose to suffer in running 13 miles in humidity, I went into work today and I wasn't even supposed to, but I was like, yeah, I'll go into work. It's not a big deal. When you choose your own suffering, you're prepared for any outcome life throws at you. So, the question is, did you suffer today? A little check-in. Today, we hit a chest workout and abs and mobility, of course. Then we did 5 miles zone 2. The pace was like, I think 8:45. Yesterday I ran a half marathon at, I think it was like 8:26 pace, 8:25, and that heart rate was 155. So just to show you how humid it was and how much that affects, it was literally 30 beats per minute for 20 extra seconds. Pretty big difference. Today though, we didn't want to do too much running. Tomorrow we have another 80-minute zone 2 run, and then nothing crazy, nice and easy. Probably do some recovery bike, just fun ride. I did ride my bike yesterday as well. And then Friday we're gonna, as I've heard Truett Haynes say, dine in hell. We're gonna do an hour run above race pace, a little bit above race pace, actually, quite a bit above.
We're going to try to go 9.2 miles an hour. 8.8 is race pace, so 9.2. And we're going to do like a warm-up, and then we'll do the full hour, and then we'll do a little cool down as well. Probably end up being around 12 miles, 12 to 13. So yeah, it's gonna be that'll be a fun one. Tomorrow again, it's just gonna be really easy. About to go pick up my little siblings though, and then enjoy some time with them, because once school starts, my days will be waking up 4:30, train, go to work, leave work, go coach, train, stretch, sleep, and eat somewhere in between there, eat a lot somewhere in between there. So that'll be kind of the routine till the end of soccer season, then frees up quite a bit. I'll have a lot more evenings. So yeah, gonna go enjoy some time with them, and then I'm hosting Bible study tonight. Should be a pretty good day. As I said, just got 5 miles, pretty easy in today. 45 minutes running. So yeah, do something difficult today, as always. Did you suffer today?
All right, today's workout, biking, 1 minute threshold with 1 minute easy, 10 sets of that, at 20 sets at zone 2. We have one more set, one more 60 set at threshold behind. We're doing this at the highest gear, and we are starting right now. Hey, one more. No more. Well, holy cow. Now we have 6 more minutes till we get to 45. That'll be the bike workout. Did you suffer today?
So just got to the gym. I'm going to log some easy treadmill miles in. Probably do some mobility, some abs as well. This morning, or it wasn't morning, it was around the lunchtime. I guess it technically was. It's like 11 to 12:30-ish. I did 6 miles. It is humid as could be right now. 85 and humid. And so it was pretty brutal, but we started off at 8 minutes. We went to 7:30. We kept doing negatives all the way down to 6:30. It was not very easy. It was a little discouraging, honestly, but summer miles equal fall smiles. But now it's time just to go get some extra mileage in. We want to stay consistently around 50 to 60 miles for the next couple weeks, and then I'll probably add to it. But yeah, let's go hammer in some extra miles and call it a day. Remember, if it was easy, anyone would do it. So it's not supposed to be easy. That's what I just keep telling myself. Here, doing explosive step-ups, trying to work on activating the glutes more, so I can drive through my glutes when I bike. That is one of the main focuses for my next Ironman, is just leg strength. And although I'm training for a marathon right now, shortly after the marathon, we'll start Ironman prep. So continuing just to get better at that. just got back from the gym. Long run Saturday, and I did it on a treadmill, which was awful. There was a chance of storms all day, and didn't want it to get interrupted. And 16 miles zone 2, I think it took about 2:06. I kept like a 7:52-ish pace. Heart rate stayed around 145, it was 144 I think was the average heart rate. And then we did 1 mile at race pace, actually a little quicker. We did a 6:36 mile, and the heart rate for that was 160. So that's a really good sign, because the race pace is going to be about 6:51 at the slowest, 6:51. And so to see that I can do race pace at a moderate effort after 16 miles, 112 days out is a good feeling. And now it's did some stretching there. I'm gonna about to eat a ton of food, probably like 8 eggs, bagel, maybe 2 bagels and some fruit. And then we got mass, and then I'll watch some UFC fights tonight. We got 69 miles in the last week, and yeah, it was a good week of training. Tomorrow I'm probably not gonna run. I did do 17 today. Maybe get some recovery. I really shouldn't, so we'll probably just bike tomorrow for fun. But yeah, I am beat right now. 17 miles, staring out a window. Not to mention I did some walking on it for recovery and stretching, and yeah. So I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my Saturday. Thank you guys. God bless.